Hi everyone, and good morning from Philadelphia, where today we're here at Otherworld, which is an immersive art museum. This is their second location. We've been to their first one in Columbus, Ohio. Absolutely loved it. Excited to check this one out. I go by the legend Joe, by my wonderful, wonderful girlfriend Molly. Let's go explore Otherworld. And we made it inside Otherworld on the day we're visiting. The entrance is $35. Start by going to this room here. Now, I believe this room, every minute or so, is going to repeat kind of a monologue thing, telling you the backstory of the experience. And that backstory, you could dive really far into it, or you could completely ignore it. Either way, you could have a really fun time. This is an interesting room, kind of like a white tree forest, but there's all these plugs, as Molly will demonstrate now. As you plug them in, stuff kind of comes alive. Here's what that room looks like with them all plugged in. Louder, more vibrant music, lots of colors. Never-ending hallway of me. This is one of the more impressive rooms, I think, so far. It is probably a good 20 feet tall. Weird giant statues. Very, very impressive. And there's also a big DJ booth where you can control the action. Like, I think Molly is currently turning everything up to full blast. And then that'll affect what's going on in the room here. This one's pretty neat.
Everything's full blast.
All right, there's a screen, curtain kind of thing with this cartoon on it. I guess we should find out what's inside. And yep, this is you've walked into that cartoon of a funeral, and it's quite the place. A whole bunch of chairs and tables. Lead you kind of to this guy over here. I think he moves a little bit. Yep. Is gigantic. Whoa, lots of projections in this room. Lots of projections. I assume this might be like a event space they could also use. And whoa, look at that thing. Look at this. Holy cow. There's like a whole lake and everything underneath. This is just absolutely wild. Thing, well, you can actually go inside of them. Now what you see in here, it's just some cool tunes.
Interesting.
All right, this one's really, really neat. It's like ping pong balls, but there's stuff underneath and then projections on them. The ping pong balls will move kind of in a pattern, and if you look, it just, with the way the mirrors work, kind of like ping pong balls going on forever. This one's cool. Molly is currently controlling.
I'm trying to monster. Look, I made the squirrel.
Ooh.
I'm painting white.
And also, this monster is probably a good 20 feet tall. So over here, there's an arcade game for Space Boopers 2. It's kind of like an asteroid-style game you could play. Boop 'em. But then if you go underneath the game, you can crawl into it. Yep, crawling into a video game. At the end of the tunnel, it brings you here, where you are inside of the video game and can play the video game. All right, so this thing, I don't know, you got all these levers, and this giant ice cream machine man goat thing. Molly, push one of those for me. And then it changes.
Changes that emotion.
Yeah.
He's angry now.
Some of the lighting in the room changes as well.
It's sad.
There's a lot of weird details in the treats as well. Like this unicorn cake. I believe this is the sad blueberry flavor. And then this guy here, I believe is a reference to the one in Ohio. I think this might be continuing the ice cream motif from the last room. But it is, it's pretty trippy in here. Molly is currently laying down in, well, whatever this thing is. Is it comfy?
It's not bad.
Gotta remember, no swinging. None. Just a room of like neon yarn art. Definitely on the trippy side. Up next, well, not really sure how to describe this one. It starts as a room full of wigs, and then there's kind of these interesting alien creatures. Hey, Alex from the Coaster Spot, what do you think of this room?
It's super cute. Look at my friend.
You got quite the friend there.
He's got lots of hands.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting characters in here. Another interesting room here. It looks like it's some sort of like a fashion show kind of vibe. You put the masks on, they're hanging up, and there's I don't know what it's doing, if anything. But it is very interesting.
There's plenty of technology there, so it's supposed to do something.
Yeah. If not, the mannequins are neat. And you get to wear a fun mask. I'm guessing we probably made it to the largest room in Otherworld, and it is very, very impressive. Lots of things in here. A giant alien you could walk into its mouth. Yeah, this is really, really cool. The back of it here kind of looks like a prison. Love some of the details in here. Like there's projections on the floor of pretty much sewage coming out of this pipe here and going through the entire area. And then these things, when you jump on them, some of them do stuff. See, there it goes. Not much happening in this, for lack of a better term, yurt. I think the idea is that you kind of lie down on the floor with your head on these pillows and just kind of look up at this ceiling here. Currently lying down on the floor, and I think it's going to be hard to get up from here. I do wish that like something happened in this room. Well, I guess now seems like as good a time as ever to get eaten by this giant dinosaur alien thing. Big fancy fingernails. All right, and once you get into its mouth, it's a big inflatable kind of thing. Goes on for much longer than I thought, and then into a different area of inflatable things. Yep. All right, now I'm in an alien dinosaur's stomachy thing.
Intestines.
Something I really love about places like this, you have no idea what's going to be around the next corner. So we got a big cow. Looks like kind of like an alien farm motif. You got some chickens and some weird upside down sheep cockroaches. And then over here, just, you know, your ordinary cow udder walkway. And people could frighten you. Been here for a minute, might as well hit the concession stand. All right, let's see, what do I have? Blue, weird sausage, green pretzel, space burger, and some sort of a claw. Also, there's some crane machines in here where you can win that. They have a big neck climb structure, which I've decided I'm not bendy enough to do.
Oh, we went up on it during beta testing. It was an accomplishment to get up there.
And I just had a big cheesesteak before coming, so this is completely out of the question.
Oh, you don't want to do that.
This room is like a glowing vampire bat cave. I like how it has like the dripping cave noises.
Yeah.
This room has kind of like an endless staircase feel.
Like Haunted Mansion.
Yeah. You could walk all the way underneath the crazy staircase as well. Looks very supernatural in this room. Yep, that's a never-ending hallway with me as a ghost. Giving big Twilight Zone Tower of Terror vibes over here. No ghost over there. It's very faint, me as the ghost. In an office type room, you can click around and probably find all sorts of stuff about the story.
Yeah, I got a good one for you.
Alright, let's see what we got.
How to weirdo chatter with these new citizens. Is Wawa a religion?
Ah, there we go. And all
The answer is yes.
oh yeah. And then interactive stuff. And duck noises. Another room with some giant fur insect type things. This room's another one that's interesting. There's a anamorphic tree kind of thing. So you got faces and hands, and then there's buttons you can hit. And you hit buttons, and things start happening all over the room. Different color combinations do different things, different noises. Very cool. Kind of trippy and weird, like most of this experience. Room with a lot of bones and mirrors in it, and then people from another room who control like weird puppety things. It's yep. This one might haunt your kids' nightmares. This room. All right, there's a big radio in this room, along with some weird chairs, really weird chairs, and then it changes the projections on the walls, and like different things, like just static, and it could be cityscapes, or I think we're in a warehouse kind of thing now. We've been in here for a good 3-4 minutes, and it hasn't repeated anything yet. One of the more interesting rooms for sure. And moving along, let's kind of feels like you're playing laser tag in this next room. Oh, it's multi-leveled. That's pretty cool. I didn't look up the last time I was in here. When you look up, it gets really trippy. Some more inflatable art type stuff in this room here. Space type creatures, or otherworldly type creatures. And this is pretty fun. You walk through these lighted, for lack of a better term, vines. Trippy projection floors. And some interesting wall art. It's also kind of cool just peering into the other room and seeing all the shenanigans occurring. I believe this room is the Avatar Factory, where you go through these different walls except for the body covered up in duct tape, which makes it rather unnerving. There's a couple of bodies in the duct tape. Also love how there's a lot of like smaller passageways, so you duck down, and oh, you're back in this room. I believe this snake-like creature welcomes you to an alien zoo, more or less. And yep, it's like you're at the aquarium. And there they go, they're moving around into and out of the ground where you can see the lower half of their bodies down there. This one does have very much an Avatar feel. The glowing creatures. Okay, interesting. Some turtle-type animals. Weird snakes. And a giant weird snake. And this is, I guess, where that snake man starts. Not sure if this would be a peaceful or horrifying room to relax in.
Accept her as your queen.
I think I'm supposed to be a larva or something in here. You know, you got me on what's going on in this room. A lot of computer-type screens. Big coding scrawl. That does remind me of like when Chris Jericho came back to the WWE one time. Very similar to that kind of code. But yeah, that's a lot of stuff going on in here. I imagine this does play a lot into the story. And of course, like all attractions, you exit through the gift shop. And they have a really, really cool gift shop as you expect. I love how they have plushies of a bunch of the different characters you would find throughout the experience. And then as far sure neat t-shirts as well. Oh man, what are these guys over here? Patches of some of the characters, stickers. That's really cool because these guys were all throughout the experience. All right, and that'll do it. That'll do it for our time here at Otherworld. Awesome, really, really cool. We were in there for about a little over 2.5 hours. And I love places like this. It's so much fun exploring. If you want to dive into the story, you could dive headfirst in the story. If you want to ignore the story, you could still have a great time. My friends, what were some of your favorite parts of this experience here?
I love what you just said, that you can go as depth as you want. We solved 2 out of the 4 puzzles, apparently.
Yep.
Didn't know there was 4 puzzles.
Nope.
But apparently there's 4 puzzles.
Yeah, I went preview night, so a lot of stuff was not operational, so it was great to come back, and they changed a bunch of things. They brought some stuff from Columbus over.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I love how, too, like, you go from one room to the next, and you just have no idea. You could think of in your head a million different things. What could be in the next room, and you're not prepared for what's going to be around the next corner.
Yeah.
Just such a really cool experience. I do love these immersive art museums. I hope the trend continues, they keep doing well, and Otherworld is definitely up there near the top of some of my favorites that I've done. If you got any questions about Otherworld here in Philadelphia, let me know in the comments section below, and thank you very much for watching this video. Also, Alex joined us here, and why don't you tell him about your channel?
That is the Coaster Spot. We do lots of construction stuff and videos like you do.
Exactly, so go and check out his YouTube channel as well, and thank you for watching.